Dang, folks, we may be growing to the point where the community begins to contribute stuff because this was just too good for me to keep quiet about. A special thanks to David. I won't post his face on the channel since he says he doesn't want credit for it, but I will give you his name so you can figure it out. Anyway, I'll just read it aloud before we have a conversation about it. I have a hypothesis. Let me know even if it's BS. Mel could want Flip gone so she can come back. In my opinion, this, I believe, is the reason Mark mentioned coworkers attempting to fire one another. I also believe that Mel gives Flip the dog pollen, whether it is fair or not. Since she is too scared to confront anyone else and always acts the most hostilely against Flip when they all dogpile, I believe Joe is the cause because he can truly blame it. This, I believe, explains Flip's more restrained demeanor. He understands that Joe's lack of vitality was due to decisions. That's intriguing. He's correct. He's correct even if his theory or conspiracy is only a theory. Something has changed in the energy. Flip has been held back. Naturally, you are all aware of my feelings toward the alpha-male feud. There's an internal feud going on, thus they are not yelling at one another, however the energy level has been low. Additionally, several Patreon commenters have stated that Melyssa is their inspiration. His vice is Mel. Flip has no content without Mel. Flip has no one to talk to. It's strange, but it's true. Joe is obviously lacking in vitality. He is making it known that something is happening behind the scenes, but there are actually two things that are telling me that Melyssa is the one who left and that Joe did not suspend her or anything. He makes no mention of the cause behind her absence. She remains in the introduction as well. Even now, the headline still includes her photo. JBP is still listed in the bio when you visit her Twitter feed. The most logical explanation is this, and that puts Joe in a difficult situation. I never imagined that we would need to talk about this, but here we are, man, and who is the most valuable? In Melyssa's mind, every day she misses would seem awful since Joe would be picking on her if she really put him in this kind of situation. But since Joe would have dismissed Melyssa by now, I don't think that's what he's thinking. In exchange, he would have issued her an ultimatum. You might remain where you are, Melyssa. The distinction is that he would have previously brought it up. It is impossible to have a silent resignation or removal, as he would have pointed out. However, Flip did not attend the birthday celebration since he is aware of the struggles Joe is facing. That gives this greater legitimacy. They were not there at the birthday celebration. Additionally, Flip was just as excited to attend this birthday celebration as Joe had been a few months prior. Joe referred to all the people he had to uninvite from his birthday party, but I couldn't actually locate the footage because I'm currently running and ripping. What made him say that? What made him say that? There were no people that were supposed to be there. Since we all thought Melyssa had left, she wasn't present. It follows that there would have been a negative vibe in the room.
Anxiety. There was literally a sense of tension in the air. Flip, however, was not present either. Flip also used the justification that he already had other plans. Woody woody woo too. He didn't even wish Joe a happy birthday, which is why I made a post about it. He did, however, wish Joe a happy birthday. Plex isn't really there. Additionally, Flip made an appearance at Joe's celebration last year. He would not have missed this for the world, I'm sure of it. The 45th is the date. Joe has been putting a lot of pressure on himself on his 45th birthday, do you know? This is the most important one, guy. If you're Joe, you're now assigned to this job within the community. If you had to choose between the two, who would you pick? To be clear, Joe does not wish to be in this circumstance. I want you both here. You guys need to figure this out. Let's move on to David's other point though. Mel is too scared to criticize others. Additionally, he claimed that Joe is the reason the dogpiling began. He's capable of killing that. He's correct too. But he's correct, damn it. It's simple, so I'm going to call Flip out in a genuine moment. My statement regarding Joe's revelation of the truth to Jess is exactly the same as my statement regarding Melyssa. Melyssa frequently says it. She says it constantly. I'm frightened to confront you. If you listen to her when she's speaking in a vulnerable way, read her posts or look at her tweets, you, my boss, are you. She constantly says it differently. Women are hesitant to approach people in positions of authority. Women are hesitant to approach superiors. However, when she works with her supervisor, why would she say this all the time at work? Guys, consider your work. Think about your work. Literally, if you work in retail, you don't care about anything. How the fuck would you feel if your boss who worked at the same station as you constantly micromanage you in front of customers? And then on top of that, you know what? Since I dislike adding to the male-female dynamic, I won't mention the rest of that sentence. However, if you are intelligent, you will be able to connect the dots. It's accurate. Flip, nevertheless, will be my scapegoat. It's easier. I have the most sex with him. Go back to the past when she called him an insolent child. That clip still resonates in my mind. There's so much going on here, but this theory makes the most sense. So I had to speak on this, guys. I'm sorry. This is nuts. And until we get an explanation from somebody on the pod, it's just gonna all be hearsay. It's gonna be all hearsay. So let's get your speculative thoughts out. Now, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all feel's going on, because Melyssa's mum on the subject. She's mum. But if I know one thing Melyssa's gonna do, she's gonna update that bio on her Twitter feed. She is going to update it. She's gonna update it on Instagram, the whole nine, because she's very active on Hot and Bothered right now. Very active. Do you want to know what else this reminds me of? The very first time Flip got suspended. And it was a long suspension too. It was like 3 weeks to a month, just like this. And Flip got on his grind, which is why his page is at the status it currently is. I saw the tweet, or it might have been on Instagram, but I believe it was on Twitter, talking about 1297. He's like less than 3,000 away from 3 million. I remember when he stagnated. I remember when he first came on, he was at the 900,000 mark. So as much credit as I'm telling Joe to give to you, Flip, make sure it's reciprocal and you're doing the same to him.
Yo, something's definitely going down at the Joe Budden podcast. Fans are buzzing, rumors are flying, and now it sounds like Melyssa Ford might have dropped a serious ultimatum. It's either Queenzflip or me. What's really going on behind the scenes? Why wasn't Flip at Joe's 45th birthday party? And why is Melyssa gone completely silent? No posts, no updates, still listed in the JBP bio? Something's off, and people are starting to connect the dots. The energy on the show is shifted. Joe seems tired, Flip's holding back, and Mel's absence speaks louder than words. Could this be the same kind of tension that broke up the old crew? We're diving deep into fan theories, hidden clues, and what Joe's silence might really mean. Because if Melyssa truly gave Joe an ultimatum, then the whole balance of the pod could be on the line. Stay tuned. This might just be the biggest shakeup JBP has had in years. Hold up. Did Melyssa Ford really tell Joe Budden it's either Queenzflip or me? Fans are noticing something strange. Melyssa's gone quiet. Flip missed Joe's 45th birthday, and the podcast's whole vibe feels off. The chemistry, the energy, everything's changed. People online are saying Melyssa might be making moves behind the scenes, trying to come back, but only if Flip is out. Could this be another JBP shakeup in the making? Joe's not talking, Mel's silent, and Flip's acting way too calm. Something big is brewing, and we're breaking it all down right now.